Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I saw a cat paw come underneath my door. Well, as you get here, make sure you say good morning, say hello. I don't know where it is in your part of the world. And if you have not given StreamYard permission to see your name, then make sure you tell me who you are so that I know who's here and who I'm talking to. Ah, my morning coffee. It's amazing. Just getting a text message. Let me just check what that is. All right. So today is a beautiful day. I mean, we're expecting some storms and everything later today, but right now, there's no rain happening, and it's kind of funny because I woke up during the night and I thought it was raining. I could hear it, and then when I got up, there'd been no rain so far. So I don't know what I was hearing last night. Maybe it was part of my dream. I don't know because I don't remember my dream. And I don't know. Are you one of those people that remember everything that you dream? It's like sometimes I have these vivid memories of dreams, but the majority of the time I might have a feel about a dream, but I don't really remember the particulars about it. And I used to dream very vividly and could remember so much detail. And that's not the case right now. And I don't know if it's just that I get so relaxed and I get into such a deep sleep that maybe I just can't. It just doesn't come to my mind. Or remember, maybe I dream so many things that my brain says, you're good. The only thing that's important is that your subconscious got it. I don't know, but I would love to know if you're a person that dreams a lot. And well, we all dream a lot. It's just whether or not we remember them. So, are you a person that remembers your dreams, or are you a person that sometimes you do, sometimes you don't? Because that's kind of where I'm at. And I find that it's interesting that when I do remember those dreams, there's usually a song or something that is in that dream that just really that's the thing that I'll remember first when I wake up, is this song or phrase, something that was part of it. I don't know. Sometimes I can be a little strange. Well, depending on who you talk to, it might be a lot. Well, and I want to share while I'm giving some people time to get on here, that I had an amazing podcast guest yesterday, and I haven't gotten her stuff yet. It'll be probably over the weekend before I get to getting hers up and published. However, she is a person that she's if you're familiar with feng shui, where it's the is it Japanese or Chinese? I think it's Japanese. I don't know, but whatever. If you're familiar with feng shui, let me know, because I've studied feng shui, but right now in this moment, I can't remember which it is. And I think it might be Japanese, but I don't know. However, the thing is that she doesn't do feng shui. When I remember dreams, they seem to be very important. I heard my mom sing a song to me. She has passed away years ago. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is cool. So, who are you? It says the instigator. So, who are you? And just let me know. The interesting thing too is that our dreams a lot of times are our subconscious minds working through something that's going on for us, and so I always find that when I do remember those dreams, I want to write them down. I want to kind of look at them, because there's usually a message in there somewhere. It's just most of the time, if you're like me, what I used to do is I would just think that they were a story. They were just something, and I didn't take the time to find out what the underlying message was, because it's not usually just the story and that's a message. It's a metaphor, or it's something that's indicating what's coming or anything like that. That's not always the case. Of course, however, sometimes it could be, but usually it is something that we're internally trying to work through. And there's help there. That's why it's important that if you do remember to kind of write it down and figure it out. And one of the courses that I took in when I was going to hypnosis school at Hypnosis Motivational Institute, HMI for short. We did a class where we learned a lot about dream interpretation, and I haven't really played with it that much. I'll do it some with mine, but it's really interesting how it's not actually what we think it is, and at least this course was that way. So, have you, if you're hearing your mom sing a song, um, they how does that make you feel? I'm just curious because, like I said, there's a song in my head, then that's the ones I really remember. And sometimes it's a song that takes me back to a certain place in my life. And then I think, well, that must be, there's a message there somewhere. What do I need to see or learn? And sometimes it might not have any relevance at all. I don't know, but I find it really interesting that those are the ones that I really remember the most. So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that. But back to this person. Um, um, okay, that's interesting. So you were saying that she was singing a song to you that you'd never heard before? Wow. That's that's impressive. So, have you looked at is it a secular song that's out that you can look up and see what the lyrics are so that you know exactly what it's saying? I would definitely, if you haven't already, I would definitely look it up. Um, okay. All right. So yeah, I would definitely see if you can find the actual lyrics and see what the message is in those lyrics. That's pretty cool. And you'll have to share what you come up with because that's very intriguing. Yes, I love that. All right, so let me get back. The girl that was in the that was the guest on my podcast last night. Her name is Krista. Is it Krista? Yeah, Krista Bannon, and she does, like I was mentioning, the feng shui. She doesn't do feng shui, but it says it's like feng shui with a twist because what she does is like intuitive. And so she can intuitively talk to you and see with the questions and everything, see what's going on with you. And then she can actually feel intuitively the energy in your space. So I even asked her, I said, so do people walk around and show you pictures or whatever? She said, no, she didn't have to have that. So she intuitively can interpret your space and help you see where something might be holding you back, where the energy is static, or something's keeping things. Well, for one instance, let me just share real quick. So I'm very fascinated with her. And the reason I'm telling you about this is because I've asked her to come into the Make Lasting Change group and do a process with us. And we haven't solidified when it's going to happen or the particulars, but right now we're kind of playing with the idea of her being able to actually coach one person, because there's no way she would have time to coach a bunch of people. But so we're going to figure out how we get that one person that she will actually coach through the process of evaluating that person and are getting in touch with the energy of that person and the blocks, and then how it's reflected in their environment and how she does her whole process, because it's fascinating. It's fascinating. And so I almost said, let it be me. But then I thought, oh, now that's pretty damn selfish. So we'll let it be somebody in the group. And so it's going to be really exciting. We're supposed to be getting back together in a few days, I believe, and we will actually figure out the actual date we're going to do. Or wait a minute. I think we did talk about the date, and Hmm. I don't remember exactly when it was. I think it's later in this month. I have to go back to my notes. Wait a minute. Oh, there are my notes right here in front of me. Let me look. All right, so it is going to be March 27th, which is a Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I haven't created the event. I haven't done any of that stuff yet because it was late last night when we finished up the podcast. So I just wanted to let you know that that is coming, and I'm super excited. And I want to honor her commitment to doing this by having as many people as possible to attend. And like I said, I don't know how we're going to pick the one person that gets this amazing coaching for free. Um, but I will definitely keep you informed. I have to talk to her again, and we will kind of brainstorm some ways. So if anybody has an idea of how we can pick that person, yeah, share it in the comments, and help me out here, because I don't right now. I don't know. I haven't done this before with picking someone, so it would definitely have to be somebody that is committed to being there live. And so I don't know if we will, because my first thoughts were we'll see who all is there live, and we'll pick one of those people at random. Um, Random number drawing. Okay, that sounds good. So that sounds like perfect. And so we'll be doing that. And so I've got to figure out how to. I think there's a service that you can have where everybody's name goes in, and then um, but maybe we could have each person put a number in the comments. And then we could do, well, then we might end up having a bunch of people with the same number. We'll figure it out. Help me out if you if you can figure out a way for us to do that. Or maybe we would, I don't know. So could we just have, um, as soon as somebody arrives, we give them a number? Maybe, I don't know. Help me out if you can think of some way to make that work. If there's a lot of people on the live, how we can do that. Or maybe we have people sign up ahead of time and give them a number and let them know that they'll, I don't know. So maybe we'll figure that out. Well, I know we will figure that out. It's just when. It's not a bad thing to have to be working out, right? All right, so I'm going to get to today's affirmation, because today is all about our affirmation and our journal prompt, which I do every day. And normally it's at 9 a.m. Eastern, except on Sunday it's at 10 a.m. So I'm streaming out to several different places. So just I love sharing this. And so far, it seems like so many people have reached out and said that this was something that was really good for them and helped them start their day, no matter what time whether they got on here live or whether they watched the replay. But so here we go. Here's today's affirmation. And I think I've mentioned before that one of the things that I do is in the morning, I'm listening to podcasts and books and different things. And I have a lot of affirmation and journal prompts together that I've created a while back. And I randomly pick one of those. And then sometimes something comes up intuitively in the morning that this is something that I need, maybe, just maybe other people need it too. And then I share. So this is another one of those. And so the affirmation for today is I trust in my ability to learn. And the reason this one is so important to me is because I don't know if you're like me. But in the past, I've been that person that if I didn't think I could master a skill like that, I didn't even try, because I didn't want to look stupid. I didn't want to look like, oh my gosh, she's trying again and she can't do this thing. And that would hold me back. And even when it came to games, video games and stuff, it's like I would go with a bunch of people to one of these game places, but I would want to observe because I didn't want to just look dumb and that I couldn't do it. And I know that is the silliest thing. And at the time, it felt very strong in me. I didn't want to, if I didn't think I could master it quick, I didn't even try. And so then I would just say, I'm just not really big into that. That was my thing. And so over the years, I have learned that anything that feels like, I don't know how to do that, then it's time for me to go in and learn something new, right? And so now I love to say I trust in my ability to learn. So anything that comes up, I trust in my ability to learn. And if I have to get help from someone to learn it a little bit faster, so be it. And it's funny because I was on a call yesterday. I'm in an accelerator program with Stacy Lauren, and she was doing this workshop. And she even shared that when we first started working together, one of my things was tech held me back. It's like, oh my gosh, there were so many things that I wanted to do, but I felt so technologically challenged, even that word's challenging to me. But I felt challenged with that. And so sometimes if it seemed like, oh my gosh, I can't figure this out, I would start procrastinating. I'd say, oh, I think it's time to go fix some food. I think it's time to go watch TV. I'll call somebody. I would do all kinds of things that would be busy work or, distracting work instead of sitting down and trying to learn. And then as I was working with Stacy, yeah, as I was working with Stacy, I've been one of the things that she does that's amazing is she gives me like little bite-sized pieces that break things down because she was instrumental in me creating my podcast. In the beginning, I didn't do my podcast, even though I wanted to, because I thought, oh, that just sounds so daunting. I don't even know how to start. And so I took a workshop with her, the Do the Thing podcast challenge. And then that I learned how to do it so easily that I've worked with her for a few other things. And I've discovered that, man, I can learn a lot of stuff. And so the point of this story is that she was sharing yesterday that when we first started working together, that the technology stuff would hold me back tremendously. And now I'm to the place where I don't know it all for damn sure, right? However, there's a couple of things that we were working with, some what are they called? Like some chat things and different things, some automation sequences. And I didn't know how to do them, and those things would really hold me back. But I've been doing some little courses and doing different things and learning. And so I even got on a call to help her with something that I had been learning. And so that proved to me that I can learn if it feels like it's something that is going to benefit me, right? Or if it's going to benefit you as a listener, a person that's part of the group. And so it is really intriguing to see within me that I do have the ability to learn when I want to. And so I think when those things were happening, a lot of times it was things that I really wasn't interested in, did not even really want to be doing. And but some of that could have come from the fact that I didn't know, and maybe that's why I didn't. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, or whatever it is that you say. So now I will at least attempt to learn about something that I want to do, and I will Google things. I will search to find who has a course that, or I sometimes I'll go into a group that I'm in and saying, hey, I'm struggling with this thing. Who can help me? And, and it's amazing when you reach out to people, how they're willing to help. And that's one of the things I love about this Make Lasting Change group is that it's an amazing group of people that are there for each other. So if anybody posts, that I'm struggling with this, or please, send me some good vibrations, send me a prayer, whatever it is, then people will come up and they will say, hey, I got you. And if somebody has anything going on, other people will pipe in and help them. And it is amazing to see. So when if you're watching from a different platform, or you're watching and you're not part of the Make Lasting Change group, you can definitely ask to be a member of the group because it is an amazing community of like-minded people. And so all you have to do is go to vickypoole.com. That's VICKIEPOOLE.com. And there'll be some questions that you answer, and then you'll be right in the group and you can join in all the celebrations and all the things with us. Okay. So remember, in your affirmation, put it on your sticky note or put it on your index card, and I'll be putting it on my mirror later. Those that don't know, I love to have the chalk markers, and I will put it on my mirror in my bathroom. And that way, every time I go into the bathroom, which, we go in and out of there all the time, whether it's just, good morning, Stacy, whether it's just, I was just talking about you just a moment ago. You missed it. You missed it. The thing is that when I put it on the mirror in the bathroom, oh, good, good. I was sharing how yesterday in the on the call, the workshop that you had, that you were sharing that I couldn't. The technology held me back so much, and then I was actually, after I've learned a lot of things, I was actually helping you with a piece of the technology stuff. And so I was sharing that just a moment ago, and you weren't even here. Um, but when I put that on my mirror in the bathroom, because I go in there to, to take my supplements, to wash my hands, to use the restroom, to fix my hair, to do all that stuff, and so I'm there a lot during the day, right? And so I put it where I can see it. So if I know I'm going to be away, I will try to put it on an index card. And one of the things that I like to do if I'm going to be in the car a lot is I'll put it on two index cards, and I'll clip it to each side of the visor. So whether I've got my visor down so that the sun's not in my eyes, or I've got it up, I can see it either way. When I just at a glance, it's just a reminder. You don't, and this one's short, but it's very powerful stuff. And if you'll use that every day, an affirmation that helps you, then you're exponentially going to change within just a few months. And you can actually see a change in just a few weeks if you're diligent about it, right? That's why I share an affirmation and journal prompt every day. And if there's one that really lights you up, make sure you keep it there, and you can put another one on there as you go. There have been times that I've had like 4 or 5 like taped with an index card on my mirror so that I could see the ones that were really important to me. So only you can decide what works the best for you. However, the thing that's really, really important is, as you say this affirmation, say it out loud a few times, but give it some emotion, give it some feels. So it wouldn't be, I trust in my ability to learn, right? That is saying the affirmation, although it is not giving it that, that feel that actually makes it real. And so you would say it with power. You don't have to shout it like loud. It's not the volume that's the difference. It's the energy, the feeling of it. So it's, I trust in my ability to learn. And you give it that emotion, that feeling, so that it actually comes in at a different level and you can feel it in your heart. And it may feel like in the beginning that it's not you. But remember, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between truth and fiction. So even if you feel like it's fictitious and maybe you don't trust in your ability to learn, hopefully you do. But if you don't, this is the best place to start. And just say it, give it that emotion, do it as often as you can. And that subconscious mind back there is going to start saying, wow, she does trust in her ability to learn. What's that about? Let me see. How is that true? And it will start helping you to see ways that is truth for you. All right. So now let's get to the journal prompt. Let me pop it in here. All right. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. It's too long. Hold on a minute. Let me. delete comment, um, delete comment. Let me look at it. I want to get it where it's all in one place. Let's see. All right, I'm going to take the word journal prompt out. Maybe that'll give it enough space. You'll know it's the journal prompt though, right? Even though it doesn't say that. Let's see if that worked. It still does the same thing. All right, so let's put this up. All right, so sorry about that. Those tech issues that I'm coming with, right? All right, so reflect on a time when you faced a new challenge or learned a new skill, right? How did you overcome any of your doubts or your fears? And what strategies did you use to trust in your ability to learn and grow? And so the rest of that is share your insights and experiences in your journal. So, like I tell everybody all the time, is that it is so important to physically write things out if that's a capability that you have. Because I know I have a niece that her capability of writing and doing all that stuff for something big, especially, is daunting. And so she does a digital journal. And so use your journal as a way to work through the things that are going on and to keep a log of where you are right now. Because the big thing that I talk about all the time is that a 1% change every single day creates exponential growth. And like the thing that we do in our group, Make Lasting Change, is we every day our goal is to go into the group and share our hashtag peachy vibes, our self-care for the day. And I actually had somebody reach out to me yesterday, and she said that, she had been involved with something else and it kept her from being part of the group like she'd like to. And she said, so wait a minute, what is my self-care? And so I had to walk and talk with her through that, and then ask her to go in and look at the different self-care things that people post, because self-care is so much more than what we typically think it is. And then, so what I want you to do is, as you're reflecting and you're putting this in your journal, make sure that you put the date of this journal. You write down the affirmation and the journal prompt so that you know how they're going together. And then you just write with your hand and you just brain dump. And so I like to take just a few moments after I've written down the journal prompt, and you can break this into into several pieces, right? So you can look at when was there a time that I faced a new challenge or learned a new skill, right? And maybe there's a recent time that you've done that, and I've been doing that a lot lately. Like I said, going through this audience accelerator program with Stacy, I have really been focusing on growing and changing even more than what I typically do, because she's great at directing me, right? So write about that. And then you can say, well, then all those things that I came up with about the challenges or the skills that you've just learned or faced, how did you overcome the doubts for each one of those? And then what did you use as a strategy to trust in your ability to learn and grow? And I would really love to know, because one of the things that helps me to trust in my ability to learn and grow is to just actually do it, right? You're doing so incredible. It's so fun to do this with you. Oh, thank you. It's so fun to do this with you. Good morning, V. And blessings to you on this beautiful morning. So grateful that you're here. So the thing that, like I just said, that the strategy to trust in your ability to learn and grow, it's to do it. Because what usually holds us back is the fear of not being able to learn, to be able to have a strategy, to be able to, we second guess ourselves, and we see our limitations instead of our abilities, the things that can be for us, right? And so as you're there, just think, okay, if this is what I'm wanting to do right now, let me see, how can I grow in that? How can I learn something about it? And for me, sometimes that is reaching out to someone like to Stacy or someone else, and And or I'll go to YouTube and I will, put in there, this is what I'm wanting to learn, and it'll show you videos of all kinds of things. Of course, I've shared my lawnmower story more than once, and so sometimes it's not the full picture. And let me just share real quick, because I don't know who knows this story. I have shared it many times, but it's might have been a bit, and maybe it's because I cut the grass some yesterday that it pops in my mind right now. But when I moved into my house, I had already had a lawnmower that was pretty new. And when I moved in, I wanted to cut the grass here at where I'm at, and my lawnmower wouldn't crank. And I thought, oh my gosh, how long has it been since I cranked it? Because for a while it was too hot and all these things. And I just hired somebody to do the yard. I didn't want to do it. So I didn't know how long it had been since it cranked it. What do I need to do? And so I Googled the lawnmower information, and went to YouTube, and it come to find out that it said that I needed to replace the spark plug. Okay, I can do that, right? So I think I go and I look at my lawnmower, and it's a newer lawnmower. It was pretty new. It had only been probably a year old at the most. I couldn't even find the damn spark plug. I'm looking and I'm looking and looking. It's not like I remember as a kid, my dad would be pulling the spark plug out, it was just right there in the open. And so I had to I had to go on YouTube and find where the spark plug was. So this guy shows this picture. He's got the exact lawnmower I have. And he shows there's this case that you open up, and there's the spark plug. I thought, oh yeah, now I know where it's at. And he said, then you take the spark plug out, and then he shows it in his hands. He shows you what the numbers are and everything. And so I think, great. Well, I go down there, and you don't just turn it and get it out. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. So I go back to the videos, and there's a whole bunch of people, men particularly, that created these videos showing you how to do it. And every single one of them assumed you knew how to get the damn thing out. Well, I didn't. It wasn't just a twist it and it's gone. I didn't know. I ended up going to a neighbor that I did not know and saying, hey, I've got an issue. And he comes over and he says, oh, there's a tool that should have come with your lawnmower that's for the spark plug. Well, it's been a year. I don't know where that damn tool is. So he tells me, go to Home Depot, give them this information and get this tool. So I get the tool, I come back, I get it out. Now, it would have been so simple if they had said, there's a tool that came with your lawnmower, take the spark plug out, and showed you actually doing it. And then they could have said, and if you don't have this tool, just go to your local your hardware store or wherever and get a tool. But that right there, they knew that, and they just assumed everybody else did. So the reason I'm saying all of this is because a lot of times, we watch information and it leaves out a very important aspect of something that we don't know. And then we feel like we're inadequate because we couldn't follow their directions. And you don't know what you don't know. And so if you try something and it doesn't work, the best thing to do is to look at other areas where maybe somebody else has the fill in the blank part, right? The part you don't know. And if not, go to someone. So like I went to my neighbor. You can reach out when it comes to business and communication and all those different things. Reach out to someone that that's in, like I said, in this group, there's plenty of people that will be able to pop in and help you with something. Maybe I can help you with something. I am a transformational coach and a hypnotist. Now, I can't hypnotize you to know how to do your lawnmower. That's not going to happen. But I might be able to help you with something else. So just reach out and I will help you. And so there are ways that you can help yourself. That's right. I almost said that. And then I thought, wait a minute. I can't remember what she said. It is called, you call that you just people. So you just explained it way better than I did yesterday. It's when something is so natural to someone that they say, you just, yes, that I bet if I went back and watched that video, they probably said, you just take out the spark plug and then here you go. Oh my gosh, it is so funny. But the thing is that a lot of times Because, and I would say for me, there's so many times that I've felt very inadequate when it came to learning about stuff. And I think it's because I was learning from someone that was you just people, or it was someone like in that video that they just assumed I knew how to get from the beginning to like D, A to D. I knew how to get to there, but I didn't. And so it takes a special person, I think, to be able to talk to you to where you can figure all that out. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you too, Stacy. The thing that that is really cool to me is that I heard someone talking the other day, and I'll just share this, that when you're trying to teach someone how to do something, you talk to them as if they're a fourth grader. And it's not saying they're stupid, but as a fourth grader, you need a lot more information than if you were in college, right? And so a lot of times we talk to people and we help people coming from that place of they're where we are. And that is not true. And we want to be able to go not even where they are. Maybe we want to go back a little bit further because we might be able to fill in some information that they don't even know they don't know. So that's my thing, is if you don't know what you don't know, right? So back to the journal prompt. Excuse me one second. The pollen count is really, really high right now. I can feel it. And I promise it's not my throat chakra. Of course, it could be. Oh, where was I? Where is the, hold on a second, let me find it. Here we go. Reflect on a time when you faced a new challenge or learned a new skill. So that's me talking about my lawnmower thing, right? And how did you overcome any doubts or fears? Well, I can't overcame my doubts and fears by going and looking at some more information, asking someone. So the thing is, remember, there are a lot of people that know something that you don't, and all you have to do is reach out. And like I said, this community is amazing. Reach out, reach out. And then what strategies did you use to trust in your ability to learn and grow? And I shared that the best thing to do when you're wanting to trust in your ability to learn and grow is do it. Start. And that is the main thing, because a lot of times in my past, I didn't do a lot of things I wanted to do because I did not trust in my ability to learn it. And like I said, I held myself back so many times because I didn't want to look like an idiot. I didn't want to look stupid. I didn't want to look like I didn't know, because so many people around me seem to know. I found myself thinking, oh, wait, maybe they don't know. Let me say it differently or ask them if they understand me. Yes, beautiful, V. And, that's one of the things I was listening to this morning was about communication. And communication is ultra important because, like I said, if you're communicating a process, and I think that's why Stacy does so well with it, is because she talks to me like I'm a fourth grader. She doesn't talk down to me. She intuitively talks to me to where I can understand and grasp all of her little things that she gives me to do. And I think that's why so many people love her in her community that do the thing, is because she does give us little pieces that give you that almost that instant gratification of, wow, I did that. I did that. And so I'm saying that when you trust in your ability to learn and grow, the way to do that is to start, to move forward or ask for help. And the moving forward is asking for help. So there's not a thing on this earth that you can't learn to do if you attempt to do it and you ask for help. It is like I said, the 1% change every day can create exponential growth in you. So all you have to do is decide, that is what I want to do. I want to face my fears of challenges and skills. I want to trust in my ability to learn, because you can. All you have to do is start. All right. So this has been an amazing morning. Thank you guys all for being here. I so appreciate you. And I'll once again say for those people that are not in the Make Lasting Change group, because I am streaming it out to different places, if you're not part of the group and you would love to be in the group and share with the community, on Mondays, we do an amazing live, which is going to be changing this week to where this next Monday, where it'll be 2 p.m. Eastern time. So it's a little later in the day for those people that are in different parts of the country. Makes it just a lot easier for everybody. If you want to be part of that community, because we celebrate each other, and on Mondays, I teach something about the different things that people have issues with, what people want to learn about. Because as you answer the questions to become part of the group, that helps to fill in a little bit more of what I should teach to you. And so the only way I know those things is by you answering all the questions. And it is a hard, fast rule that if you do not answer the questions, you don't get in the group. I may reach out and say, hey, you didn't answer the questions. Please go back and answer them. And if you don't, you're just deleted, because it is a community of amazing, amazing people. And we want to keep it people that are really going to be part of the group and actually contribute are people that will go through the tarball to answer all the questions, right? And so if you're a person that really wants to be part of this community, make sure you answer the questions, and then you can come in and experience this amazing community, the vibration, the camaraderie. It's amazing. It's amazing. So you go to VickiePoole.com, VickiePoole.com, answer the questions, and I will let you into the group. Well, I will share that it might take me just a few minutes, because I'm working today on changing all of the automation that we have set up, because the time in the automation has to change. And so used to, it would be like, oh, I can't do this. And I will say I went in there and I looked, and it was like, I'm really not sure how to do this. So I reached out and I said, hey, I need help with this. And so Stacy is connecting me with someone today so that I can actually change these things. And I'm sure it's a simple thing, but things are always simple, right? Once you know it, it's like, but when you don't know, whew. So use this. Remember, I trust in my ability to learn. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. All right. So I've got to get off here because I've got to get to work. And you have an amazing, blessed day. And I can't wait to hear a little bit about how this has helped you today. All right. See you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. So I will see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will see what will come up for us tomorrow. Be blessed. Mwah.